Hello, my name is Melissa Brett. My husband John and I own and operate Welden Hardware here in the center of Simsbury on Station Street. Today, I would like to share with you some various ways to control and rid your lawn of moles. No matter how harsh or mild the winters may be, moles don't hibernate, nor do the worms they eat. The moles follow worms deep into the ground as both try to avoid freezing. Most of the moles' deeper and older tunnels remain comfortable throughout the winter. Winter damage by moles usually occur during unseasonably warm periods or beneath the insulation of heavy snow. You should also know that moles are not rodents. They are insectivores. Its diet is restricted to ground invertebrates such as grubs, millipedes, ants, and the like. However, the mole's primary food source is the earthworm. So trying to control white grubs and lawn insects is not the ultimate protection for mole activity. But grub control is important because grubs cause other types of destruction to your lawn. Lawn damage from mole activity and tunneling may take several forms. The surface tunneling separates the grass roots from the soil. Besides leaving a mushy or soft feeling when stepped on, the separated roots cause yellowing and dying patterns in the lawn. Exposed soil along the tunnel ridges allows blowing seeds to propagate. Crabgrass often grows along the mole tunnels. Deep tunneling, represented by mounding and bulging of soil, will also cultivate weed growth. Now, there are many products on the market, almost at an overwhelming selection. Before you even look at the shelves, first decide what means you want to pursue in order to rid you and your lawn of moles. You can either repel them, use a poison, or trap them. With the research we have done, trapping is the most effective. But with any of these methods, you will need to stay diligent on your hunt. Moles are persistent, and the number of tunnels are not directly related to the number of moles. Although they are primarily solitary animals, they are more active in the springtime for mating. Also, more established runs can be used by more moles than one, kind of like a highway system. There are deterrents, either in a liquid or granular form, that are primarily castor oil based. These are limitedly effective, and you have to apply the product multiple times and in such a way as to drive the moles away from your property. The castor oil gets onto the mole's fur and skin and irritates them. But if the mole runs are deeper in the ground, this type of mole control will not work. Now, there are different mole and bait and poisons. Remember, moles are insectivores, so they can't chew hard pellets very well. Choose a bait that is soft, almost the consistency of an earthworm or a grub. Never touch the bait with your bare hands, as moles can sense human scent and may not take the bait. You will need to insert the bait into an active mole tunnel by either slitting the tunnel with a knife or making a small hole, no larger than a broom handle. Now, in order to find an active mole tunnel, take the time to step on all the mounds in your lawn, noting approximately where those tunnels are. Within a few days, the most active tunnels should reappear. But note, there are two types of tunnels moles use: surface tunnels and permanent tunnels. The surface tunnels are more shallow tunnels and are used for exploratory and gathering purposes. Now, the deep permanent tunnels are often run along roots and man-made structures, foundations, and fences. And a little trivia, a mole's surface tunnel can be dug on average of 18 feet per hour. Now, trapping is the most effective means of ridding your lawn of moles. Step down all the tunnels like I mentioned, and once you see active tunnels reappear, set a trap over each of those tunnels. Mole traps do look very menacing, but are the most effective. A few common trapping mistakes is that people try to trap at the end of a tunnel or a hole opening. That will not work. Try to set the trap in the middle of the run. Also, follow the trap instructions closely, as if you set the trap too shallow in the lawn, the mole will just tunnel under that trap. Also, if your trap goes off, Don't always expect the mole to be caught in that trap. About half the time the mole is wounded and will not be in your trap, but be just a few feet away from it. And finally, if you see a lot of mole activity in your neighbor's yard, inevitably they will make tunnels in your yard, unless you have a fence at least 2 feet below the property line. They don't pay attention to the imaginary property borders that we humans do. If you have a question or topic that you would like featured on a segment, let us know. Visit our website at www.weldenhardware.com. I look forward to the next edition of Headlines Simsbury. Remember, we are at your service. Thank you, and God bless.